So in this video, we're going to be looking at how to buy Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies if you live in the UK. So as we come towards the end of 2021, we're currently approaching all-time highs for Bitcoin. So what we're expecting in the next few days or in the next couple of weeks, Bitcoin is going to smash through this previous all-time high of around $65,000. And if that happens, we're going to see lots of media coverage, which means a lot of people are going to be entering into crypto for the first time and looking to buy Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. So in this video, I'm going to talk you through the process, what I believe is the best exchange in the UK to use at the moment for buying Bitcoin, and also share with you some tips I've picked up by going through this process myself. So the first thing that I want to touch on is bank accounts. So many of us will be banking with traditional high street banks. Now, unfortunately, not all banks like to interact with crypto exchanges. So many of them will reject kind of debit card transfers to these exchanges. So I would always recommend using a middleman bank. So for example, there are a number of options if you're in the UK. I personally use Revolut for my crypto exchanges, but I've also got accounts with Monzo for one of my other businesses. And I know many people also bank with Starling for their businesses as well. So I'd always recommend setting up one of these accounts so you can use it as kind of your middleman, your clearing house between your personal account and the crypto exchanges. So either Revolut, Monzo or Starling should do the job, and it shouldn't cost you a penny, and the sign up processes are fairly swift for personal accounts. There's another reason I recommend that as well is from a mortgage perspective. When I transfer money from my HSBC account to my Revolut account, I just call it my savings account. Whereas if you're transferring directly to a crypto exchange, when you come to apply for a mortgage or a remortgage, sometimes the underwriters might look at these transfers directly to exchanges, to crypto exchanges, and maybe it won't cast you in the best light, purely because crypto still doesn't have the best reputation, rightly or wrongly. So you want to be aware of that, and that's why I use a clearinghouse. So for anyone looking at my personal account, all they see are transfers to Revolut, and all these transfers are called savings. They have no idea that I've gone on to then move that money onto these crypto exchanges. So, like I said at the start of the video, the exchange we're going to focus on in this video is Coinbase. Now, the reason I've picked Coinbase is there are a number of exchanges to pick from, and you've probably seen adverts in front of this video or many other videos on YouTube promoting companies such as eToro, or maybe you've heard of Binance. A lot of people are recommending Binance at the moment. Now, the reason I've gone with Coinbase is Coinbase are actually based in the US, whereas many of these exchanges are based in sketchy places. But Binance, for example, were originally started in China, but at least with Coinbase, despite the fact crypto isn't regulated, there is still some regulation in the US. So I trust Coinbase a bit more, not completely, but a bit more than a number of these other exchanges. So that's why I use Coinbase as what people call the on-ramp. So to get my traditional fiat currency, as I call it now, my traditional money into crypto exchanges so I can buy crypto. So Coinbase is my on-ramp to convert my GBP into crypto. But that's just getting hung up on terminology. For all you guys need to know is that we're going to use Coinbase to buy Bitcoin or whichever other cryptocurrency you want to use. Or if you want to get into some of the smaller coins as well, Coinbase is still a good place to start to convert your money into cryptos that you can use for those purposes. So if you go to coinbase.com and click on the Get Started button, you'll get a form like this pop up. Just fill in your details. You'll probably also be asked to provide some documentation to prove who you are. And a lot of exchanges are doing this now. It's called KYC, which is Know Your Customer, so they can prove who exactly is signing up for their services and buying these cryptocurrencies. So once you've gone through this process and signed up, you'll then be able to start transferring money to Coinbase to start buying some cryptocurrency. So earlier today, I transferred a huge £20 because later on in this video, we're going to buy ourselves £20 worth of Bitcoin and show you the entire process. But I also wanted to show you how to get this money from Coinbase into Coinbase Pro. Before I do that, I want to show you how to actually get your money from your bank account to Coinbase. So once you've signed up, all you need to do is go to the top right corner, hover over the little profile pic there, and then choose settings. And that will bring you through to this page. Now, once you're on this page, it will load the profile by default, but you want to go to the payments method tab. And this is where you can add your bank account. So I'd recommend always doing this via bank transfer instead of debit card. So come onto here and choose UK bank account. Then when you follow that through, you can put in your details, and then you'll be able to transfer money directly from either your Revolut, your Monzo, or your Starling account, or if you want to transfer directly from the personal account as well, that's absolutely fine. I just prefer to use that middleman bank account. So you pop in the details there, and then you'll be good to go to start transferring money over to your exchange. Now, in order to find out the bank transfer details you need, all you need to do is go back to the main page on Coinbase, and you'll see you have GBP listed here. So click on your asset, and then on the right-hand side, choose Add Cash. And this will bring up all of the details you need to transfer money directly from your bank account to Coinbase. So this works within a few seconds or a couple of minutes max, because everything in the UK uses a faster payment service, the FPS bank transfer. So that is how you get your money all the way from your bank account onto Coinbase. Then once you've got the money onto Coinbase, I'm going to talk you through the process of how to get it from Coinbase to Coinbase Pro to save you the most possible money on your transactions. And then we'll actually finally buy some Bitcoin. So just before we jump onto Coinbase Pro, I'm just going to try and buy the Bitcoin on Coinbase, and then I'll show you the cost difference between buying on Coinbase versus Coinbase Pro. So let's say we're going to buy £20 worth of Bitcoin. So I'll come down here and hit the buy button on Bitcoin, and then we're going to buy £20 worth. Now, if I'd click preview buy, this will tell me how much Bitcoin I'm actually going to get. So we're going to get 0.00041629 Bitcoin, and they're going to charge us £1.49 in fees. So it's quite a fee for a small transfer, and the larger the transaction, the larger the fee is. So it is quite high. So how does that compare to Coinbase Pro? So if you just go to pro.coinbase.com, the sign up process uses exactly the same details as coinbase.com. So you don't have to sign up for a separate account. All you do is log in with the same details. And I think there's probably a confirmation box. You just have to read their TNCs and choose OK. And then you'll be able to access Coinbase Pro. So there's no fee for signing up for this, but a lot of people don't use it as they get scared by the interface, because I see in these charts and it looks super confusing, but actually it's really, really easy to use. It can be a bit clunky, it can be a bit slow, but it's definitely worth doing this, because if you're going to be trading crypto, especially if you're trading crypto frequently, this will save you an awful lot of money in fees. So the first thing we have to do is to get that £20 deposit from Coinbase onto Coinbase Pro. Then we can use that to buy some Bitcoin or whichever cryptocurrency you want to use. So in the top right corner, go to portfolio, and you're going to see all of the coins that I'm invested in on here at the moment that I've got actually stored on Coinbase. I'll do in another video, I'll talk about actually storing cryptocurrencies, because some people aren't a fan of keeping their money or their crypto stored on exchanges, but I'm going to cover that in another video. But the key thing I want you guys to focus on at the moment is I only have 7p in my GBP account on Coinbase Pro. So what I want to do is deposit some money. So if I click deposit in the top right corner, and then you need to search for the asset that you want to deposit. So I'm depositing GBP, so I'm just going to choose GBP from the list. And then you'll get two options. You can do it directly from a bank transfer. So you can transfer directly from your bank to Coinbase Pro if you want, but many of us will be going via coinbase.com, as that will be the first time you've used it. So that's why I'm going to show you this method. So let's say you've transferred your money to coinbase.com. We're going to use this option instead. So transfer funds instantly from coinbase.com to Coinbase Pro. So click this option, and it should show my Coinbase balance as £20. So just hit the max button and choose deposit. So that's completely free. And then within a few seconds, that £20 balance will appear within my Coinbase Pro portfolio. And there you go. You can see at the bottom, we've now got £20 and 7p in our GBP account. So the next thing we want to do is actually buy some Bitcoin and see how the fees compare. So in the top left corner, choose trade. And then you have to find the pairing. So whereas on Coinbase.com, you're just picking the currency you want to buy, with this, we're actually trading on a marketplace. So you have to find the pairing. So in this top left corner, just click on select market. And then we want to buy some Bitcoin, some BTC. So we type in BTC here. Now, as we've got GBP in our account, that's what we're buying it with. We want to choose the BTC GBP pair. Now, if you're in the US and you've got US dollars, or if you're in Europe, you'd choose the equivalent. So we're going to be buying BTC and we're going to be using GBP. So most of the major coins on Coinbase Pro are paired with GBP, but some of them might not be. Some of them might be paired with, for example, Bitcoin. So yesterday I bought a cryptocurrency called Engine, and that was only paired with Bitcoin. So I had to use GBP to buy Bitcoin first, and then use the Bitcoin to buy Engine. But I don't want to go into that in too much detail. For now, we're just going to buy some Bitcoin. So click on BTC-GBP, and this will bring up the marketplace. So you can see here the chart looks very similar to what I just showed you at the very start of this video, except this is in GBP rather than in US dollars. So on the left-hand side now, we want to buy £20 worth of Bitcoin. You can see here the fee here is only 10p. And in comparison, we're getting 0.000 45158. So if we say 45 is the number there, 45158 is how much we'd get if we use Coinbase Pro, versus on Coinbase, we'd have only got 416. So it is much better for you guys to be using Coinbase Pro. The fees are a lot lower and you get a lot more crypto for your money as you're not burning it all on fees. And this really, really makes a big difference when you're making maybe £500 or £1,000 transactions, buying Bitcoin or buying other cryptocurrencies. So all you need to do now is choose place by order. So if I click that button, you'll see it's instantly filled as we chose a market order. If you choose a limit order, then it'll only take place when the price on the chart hits that exact number. So just choose market to make the transfer pretty much instant. And there we go. We've just bought £20 of Bitcoin and that'll be added to my portfolio. So hopefully you guys have found it useful seeing the process of transferring money from your personal account to maybe a middleman account such as Revolut, Monzo or Starling, then transferring it to Coinbase, then to Coinbase Pro, then to buy some Bitcoin. I know there's quite a few steps, but once you've done it once or twice, it's really straightforward and it shouldn't take you very long at all. If you did find it useful, I'd really appreciate it if you could hit that like button. If you want to see more from me, subscribe to the channel. You can also follow me on Twitter, which I'd recommend you doing. I'll pop up a banner, I think it's up here. Follow me at Darren the Degen. I've recently just shared my entire portfolio that I'm invested in, so make sure you check out there. I always keep you guys up to date what I'm invested in terms of NFTs and cryptocurrencies on my Twitter following, so make sure you follow me on Twitter and I'll see you guys in the next video.